I need everyone's attention. Leo, do I have your attention?
Yep, I'm in.
Excuse me.
Cleaning my phone.
I have something more important. Today is National Intern Day. That's right.
Yeah!
National Intern Day.
I didn't even know that.
You didn't know
No,
that?
I didn't know that. I
Well,
didn't know there was a
happy
National
Intern Day.
Thank you, Jason.
Something.
Will you say Happy Intern Day?
I just did it.
Okay.
Happy intern.
And in honor of National Intern Day, you get to start the show.
Roll the open.
Awesome. You also get to wash our cars.
There is that too. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day.
Good Tiger.
Give it up for Debbie Gibson, everyone.
We do it our own way.
Yes!
I'm gonna start crying and laughing so hard.
I did not do that.
Now, here's Jason.
Hi, everybody. Hello. Hello. Welcome to the show. How you doing? You doing well? Doing okay? Hi, everybody. Thank you. Have a seat. Thank you very much. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace. Another great audience today. Look at them. We got some regulars in the house. We got some newbies. We got anybody celebrating a birthday? Anybody celebrate right up there? You can raise your hand. Don't be worried. Right? Oh no. Oh, she's like, I do not want to be on TV. Get me off television. Well, I'm celebrating. It's actually going to be my birthday, August 5th. I'm turning 49. And it's funny, I'm going to get an unusual gift. So I was just recently interviewed for a big interview spread that'll come out about this show and the expansion of the Jason Show and my life and career and all that stuff. And I'm very flattered. And I'm not telling you this in a braggadocious way. I mean, I do hope you click on the article when it debuts next week. But the writer is just a really nice guy, and I really appreciated this. Did several interviews with him, and we did pictures. He came here, and he called me yesterday. Oh, and I couldn't wait to tell you this. He calls me yesterday, and he goes, Jace? I go, hello. He goes, I just want to verify some information. I said, absolutely. So he's like, dates, like, okay, you were here, this, okay, you played Johnny Carson when you were a kid, yeah, all that. He goes, and by the way, he goes, I'm going to describe you as a child in a very certain way, and I want to make sure that it's all right. Professional courtesy, and I thought, oh my God, that's so nice of him, you know? Because I was an unusual kid. Let me just say that right off the bat. Thank you, audience. When other kids were playing sports, I played Johnny Carson, so he said to me, and this is honest to God, he goes, the article is going to refer to you as a chubby, effeminate boy. A chubby, effeminate... No, I wish you could have seen half of the studio audience right now go like this. I'm not offended at all because, and look at me, this is a picture. Look at me, there I am. Okay, Aaron Schwab, I didn't need you to laugh quite that hard at the picture. That is 1984. That's at my godfather Mark's wedding. My mom right now is at home cracking up. Look at those ruffles. Look at that. Look at my cheeks. I will have those cheeks until the day I die, let me tell you. Anyway, I'm grateful for that. You can call me whatever you want. It's fine. Let's get started. It's time for the show. Here we go. Oh, God. Anyway. Audience, say hello to this is how I'm going to describe her, my beautiful and talented sidekick, Kendall Mark, everybody.
Hi.
How you doing? What are you laughing at the picture?
Is it chubby and effeminate boy?
A chubby, effeminate boy, and I said, that's not what I'm going to have on my gravestone. You know, just chubby, effeminate boy. I was, though. I have no shame at all. I have no shame at all. I
had massive cheeks, too.
Yeah.
I mean, I still have cheeks. But
I don't care. I said there was a woman, And I mean this. She didn't mean anything by it. And people sometimes, I take it as a compliment. People, very funny control room. Very funny control room. It's my new graphic. There we go. Thank you.
It's a long one.
Very funny, Leo. Very funny. And you can tell producer Ted's quitting tomorrow. He does crap like that. Yeah, I know. No, but speaking of cheeks, I said this a couple days ago, and this woman really didn't mean anything by it. I actually take it as a compliment that you guys feel like you're my friend. So people say stuff to me that sometimes it's like, should you be saying that? But they feel like they're my friends, so they can. This woman was taking a picture with me. I do pictures with the audience after the show, and she was, yeah, I mean, you've lost a little bit of weight, she was, but you still have a big face.
Three-quarter compliment.
And I thought, okay, and she really didn't mean anything, but I just gave her a hug and sent her, gave her a little bumper sticker and sent her on her way. But yeah, it was, we don't have bumper stickers. I'm sorry, we don't, yeah. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Here we go.
Thanks.
Yeah. Is that a compliment? Anyway, let's get started. We start with sad news in the music world, especially for my generation. Yesterday, one of the most memorable singers from the early 90s died only at the age of 56. Sinead O'Connor hit it big in 1990 thanks, to this song.
I can eat my dinner in a fancy restaurant, but nothing, I said nothing can take away this blues, 'cause nothing compares to you.
So beautiful. That song, every 45 minutes on MTV, back when MTV played music videos, but Nothing Compares to You, for a couple of you that don't know, was written by our hometown legend Prince. It hit #1 in 14 countries, including right here in the U.S. The video, like I said, played non-stop on MTV. By the end of the year, Billboard named it the #1 single in the world. Not just here in the States, the #1 single in the world. Sinead O'Connor was sadly found dead in London yesterday. This morning, police say the death is not suspicious, but we don't know any official word on how she died. Her career had a lot of headlines, and then she had a lot of controversy as well. She was banned from SNL after ripping up a picture of Pope John Paul, and she struggled with mental health for many years. She took the death of her son very, very hard, and it's just sad all around.
You watch that music video and you do the math. She was what, 23?
When
this massive song comes out, can you imagine that kind of fame and popularity and what
you don't
that
even
would
know
mean?
who you are at 23. You know what I mean? 23, my goodness, you're just starting off.
Mm-hmm.
And that level of fame, and then that level of scandal she had to deal with. And no matter how you felt about what she did on SNL,
mm-hmm.
to deal with that broad, I mean, can you imagine nowadays if that had happened with social media, where people have a direct link to you? It's just a whole different situation. Mm-hmm. So, next in the dish, the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial captivated all of us earlier this year, and now Netflix is ready. Of course, Netflix was on this. Netflix had cameras ready to go. They're doing a documentary, and here's the trailer.
Depp was the one who wanted the cameras in the courtroom. She didn't.
I would argue it's a PR campaign disguised as a defamation case.
There's the man himself.
It's been a social media circus of commentary from creators and influencers.
Did you commit any kind of prank? Absolutely not.
On my side of the bed was human fecal matter.
This has moved away from a news story or a lawsuit, and it's transformed into a cultural moment.
People are live tweeting. People are live streaming. Where does it end?
The engagement is phenomenal.
videos can be very easily manipulated and republished.
We're being influenced by bots interacting with bots.
Johnny Depp is clearly winning right now in the court of public opinion.
I've never been so scared in my life.
She's acting.
The doc's going to hit Netflix next month. It's one of those. The reason it's interesting to me isn't the salacious and even funny moments of the trial, or even the not so funny, very serious allegations and moments, but it really is what it was to the culture. And this is a little apples and kiwis, but hear me out. In the same way that the Simpson trial in '94 really changed television, really changed, because before that, newscasts were different. The OJ trial, there is a bookmark in the history of broadcasting. Boop, right there. Because newscasts were different. Tabloid magazine shows were different. OJ, the Simpson trial, destroyed soap operas. People were watching soap operas for drama. They didn't need it. They could turn to Nancy Grace and watch this trial. Again, the crimes are very different. But this trial was one of those that captivated all of us online and digitally and on social media. That's what I hope they talk about, is the impact of that and the impact on public sentiment. Johnny Depp, people thought he was going to look like a buffoon in this or look guilty, and then sentiment changed. And how much of that was because of social media?
It is nuts watching all those people all weigh in. Just that little bit that we watched, just insane, the amount of opinion that went out there immediately as soon as something was said.
Because everyone felt, not everyone, but everyone was ready to, Johnny's absolutely guilty. And then I remember as the trial went on and we would talk about it, it drove me crazy. I didn't talk about it a lot here on this show. I was fascinated that the boat of public acceptance turned more to Johnny. It's like, wow, people are believing him and not believing her. We have a lot more to come. We'll be back right after this. Back in a moment. More Hot Dish. Welcome back to the show. We appreciate you being here. Hulu dropped, here's another trailer for you, trailer for the hit show with Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez. You know what it is. Season 3 of Only Murders in the Building has even more stars. Here's a little look at the trailer.
NYPD! The killer is someone in this room.
My show is hanging on by a thread here.
Finding this killer is the only way you'll have a show. Want to make a podcast with me?
Oh my God, this is corny. So
I know it is.
Yeah.
Murder?
Yeah, murder. Yeah.
Look at this cast. They're all killers.
But who would want to kill Ben?
Maybe it was Loretta.
Please don't give up on me. I'm not good at table reads.
Storm's coming. Don't take us that for lobbing in the rocks.
She's a stinkeroonie. I say give her the bootay.
Maybe it was Kimber, the TikTok addicted starlet. Does she do it as part of an internet meme?
Why are you saying it like that?
I always hate saying this. I didn't initially love this show. I really wanted to because, my goodness, I love Marty and I love Steven and I like Selena Gomez. This season, though, I am absolutely watching this for Meryl and Paul Rudd.
Why wouldn't you? I mean, it doesn't seem like you need to catch up.
No, I thought the same thing too.
Plunk in.
Just drop in. The new season returns to Hulu on August 8th. Our hot dish, that's right. Our hot dish continues now with our insider to the stars. Please welcome back to the show from the Hollywood Raw podcast, the great Dax Holt, everyone.
Hello. Good morning. Hello. How is everyone?
How you doing, buddy? You doing well?
I'm doing well. I can't complain. How's everyone out there?
You know what? It's good. Well, it's hotter than a monkey's butt here, but how hot is it there?
It is hotter than a monkey's butt here as well.
Yeah, did you hear the ocean is 100 degrees in Florida? 100 degrees.
I saw that. It is like you just can't get out of the heat, and no matter what, it's hundreds all the time. Our bill for our AC is going to be out of control.
Absolutely. Who'd you guys have on the show this week?
We had a really fascinating guest. His name is Michael Schulman. He is a New York Times best-selling author, and he has written about the Oscars. He is like an Oscar historian. So we had him on. He's actually works for the New Yorker, and so he's been to all like these Oscar parties, the Vanity Fair parties, the Oscars themselves, and so he is a true insider when it comes to the Academy Awards. And so we saw his book and we're like, oh, we got to have him on the podcast. This guy's fascinating. And so we just brought him on to talk about why the Oscars are interesting, what happens behind the scenes, why do they kind of lag some years, all of this kind of stuff, but then got into what's it really like when you go to the Vanity Fair after party? Like, explain what it's like, because when you're in that room and it's every single person around you is the famous of famous. And, so he explained what it's like being there, how to get a ticket, what the tickets look like, how you get into the Oscars themselves, what that is like. So that was really kind of a fun inside look there. But then we also got into what were some of the biggest rivalries of all times. And he told me a rivalry that I had no idea about that happened years and years ago between two sisters who hated each other that were up against each other at the Oscars to win. And one of them did end up winning, but kind of walked us back through this. So it was one of those episodes where I feel like I know a lot about Hollywood, but this guy knows so much more and really was breaking stories to us.
I know it's a tease, but we're all sitting here trying to figure out who these sisters were. Can you give me an era of Hollywood?
It was a long time ago. So I think it was back in if I remember correctly, it was back in the 50s or something like that. So two people I had never heard of, but his story as he tells it and it unfolds, I loved it because I was like, ooh, that sounds juicy. I think it was before it was even televised. So it was something that you have to be a historian to really know about.
And they were both not, were they in the same category?
Same category, but they had a childhood rivalry that lasted into adulthood. And so one of them was going to walk home with the statue and the other one wasn't. And it really even crippled their relationship even more once one of them won.
Well, before you go, this is your last segment ever with producer Ted at the helm. That's right.
This is so sad, guys, because for people that don't know, Ted and I are the ones that are texting and talking and doing all the behind the scenes as it leads up to doing these segments. So I am very much going to miss Ted and all of our texts and chatting and all of that. And he's been really instrumental in helping me promote all my random projects and podcasts.
Okay, that's enough compliments. That's enough for Ted. I mean, that's enough compliments.
So
we're good.
I'm going to miss him a lot. This is my virtual hug to Ted.
Well, I say this because when you go to Colombia, you can visit his line of nail salons. That's what he's going to be opening up in Colombia. So, yeah. Ted's Nails. That's right. Thank you, buddy. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Ted.
Oh, Theodore. You can find the Hollywood Raw podcast wherever you get your podcasts and just hit that subscribe button and support our good friend Dax. Next in the dish, one of the most anticipated new shows of the fall season dropped another tease overnight. ABC, I'm telling you, this is going to be huge. I'm going to should make a bet on the ratings. ABC released another clip of The Golden Bachelor. Look.
It's been said that some things get better with age. Experience that is valued. A taste that only gets more refined. In life, good things take time. And this love story is worth the wait. He's Gary, your first Golden Bachelor.
I don't always date 20 women at once, but I'm about to.
I like the voiceover. He's Gary. He's Gary.
From Indiana.
Don't you think this is going to be huge?
Well, right. I think at least the first episode.
For curiosity?
Yeah. We'll see what the connection is like with everyone after that, or if people like it. But the first episode is definitely going to be big.
He just seems like a good guy. He's 71 years old. He's a widower. He lives in my home state of Indiana. And it's going to debut on the ABC.
Mm-hmm.
This is what the Bachelor franchise needed? Something like this.
Something new.
Something new. Because I watch the studio audience here. We've done the story maybe 3 or 4 times. Every time we do the story, the audience has a reaction, which is, it's anecdotal, but I think people are going to watch it. Like you said, at least the premiere episode.
Right.
Huge numbers.
GMA did a little piece on him, of course, because it's on ABC. And his daughters signed him up for this. And because, you kind of go, well, he's whatever, how long he's been. They are so on board. They're like, we want our dad to be happy. He talked about his wife, and he, was emotional about it and said, I think she'd want me to do this. I'm just a normal guy, and I'm really excited about it. And so you want to root for him, which is great.
Because also he's there for the right reason. Nowadays, you can't trust any of these people that go on The Bachelor, Bachelorette, because they're really there just to increase their followers on TikTok.
I'm 25 and looking for love.
Yeah, and Gary probably doesn't know what TikTok is. You know what I mean? He doesn't care. Maybe now watch, he's on TikTok. ABC probably made him go on TikTok. And what am I talking about? I'm barely on TikTok. Next in the dish. We can follow me if you want. Yeah. Next in the dish, remember when we told you Dolly Parton felt she wasn't qualified to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Well, she wants to earn it. Well, I think she was. Anyway, she wants to earn it and is going to be putting out a rock album in November. And she just, I know. And she just dropped one of the songs from the album. Let's listen.
I've done my sentence, but committed no crime. And bad mistakes I've made a few. I've had my shifts and kicked in my face, but I've come through. We are the champions, my friends.
That's Queen's We Are the Champions. NBC will use that song in its Summer Olympics coverage next year. It really hurts me to say this because I love Dolly. I love everything. I like Dollywood. I like Steel Magnolias. I have 9 to 5 memorized.
We listen to the podcast. But I do not like that. Me neither.
Right? Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
I know.
We love Dolly. To be clear, we love Dolly.
I gotta be on. Executive producer Jeff doesn't like it. It's all Aaron Schwab, our audience coordinator, is no longer going to speak to us.
Yeah.
I just. She can look. Dolly. Aaron just said Dolly can do whatever she wants. Dolly can do what she doesn't care what I think. I'm just saying. She can do. It's Dolly. She's a national treasure.
Right.
It's just she is a national. I just don't like that particular song.
For the Olympics, either.
Yeah, I don't like that either. No. Okay. You know what is an undervalued Dolly song that I got to credit my boss, executive producer Jeff, got me onto? It's from probably the 80s, Baby I'm Burnin' by Dolly Parton. One of them undervalued, and it has like a little pew pew, a little sound effect on it.
Okay.
Listen to it. We'll listen to it in the commercial break, shall we? Yeah, like right now. Coming up in just a little bit, 2 great guests. So go get some more coffee. We'll be back right after this. Coming up, he takes random acts of kindness to a whole new level. Meet Jimmy Darts, social media superstar, live in our studio in just a little bit. And then the wine diva Leslie Miller is back, getting you ready for those summer trips to wine country with wine country etiquette lessons. That and more when we come back. Welcome back. You're going to love this. Our next guest today has amassed an enormous social media, huge social media following by posting random acts of kindness videos. Look,
Uber didn't show up. I was wondering if you could give me a quick lift to McDonald's.
I'll look right over here.
Well, it's up to you. What do you think?
Yeah, I can do that.
All right. Are you having a good day? I'm Jimmy. Great to meet you, sir. Yeah.
James.
What's your dream job?
Retirement.
How many years do you think away you are from that?
Probably never. Some days I'm ready to give up, but at the same time I wake up and keep going the next day. So what do you do?
Just one Happy Meal?
Happy Meal, 4-piece chicken McNugget.
Oh, thank you. Thanks so much for taking me. Guess what, James? I was actually seeing the first person kind enough to take me to the drive-thru, and I've got $500 for you.
No.
Yes. This is for you, James. Yes, I go around the country doing this.
No, I thank you.
You're amazing, James.
Thank you.
Oh, our guest is amazing. Audience, give it up for just a good guy, Minnesota's very own Jimmy Darts, everybody. Hi, Jimmy. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for doing this. We've been, we have a mutual friend, my fave gal pal, Lisa Lacourcier, and I appreciate her trying to get us together. Let me start with this. Jimmy Darts, is that your real name?
No, my real name is James Kellogg, but my grandpa, I think he's watching, so I didn't want to ruin his legacy by what I'm doing, so I changed my name for his sake. Yeah.
I think he is very, very proud of you. Okay, so we got the name down. How did this start? Did you begin on social media doing this, or was there an evolution?
Yeah. So when I was just a kid growing up, my parents would give us $200 for Christmas, $100 for ourselves to get something, $100 to give away to a stranger. So right away, just growing up, got comfortable helping people out, talking to people at the grocery store, maybe a person on the street, and just really got comfortable doing that. And then when I was about 18 years old, something radical happened in my life. Gave my life to Jesus, and it just really cracked open my heart for people and just to love them and redeem them and just bring light into dark situations. And after that, my friend said something really important to me. He said, Jimmy, you got to be Santa Claus in private before you're Santa Claus in public. So I knew what he meant, but I took it literal, and I literally bought a Santa suit, lived in Austin, Texas. And
You did not?
Yeah, I go around at night dressed as Santa, hanging out with homeless people, getting people food and clothes. And eventually, years down the line, it turned into this thing where I was like, I'm going to make videos, but how can I do it to where it's not about me? Hey, here I am helping people out. Like, how can the focus be on people? And that's when the Lord kind of said, Jimmy, the kindness challenge. You ask them for help, and the camera will be on them, and the spotlight will be on them, and we'll reward them for their kindness. So that's what's so cool is the guy you just saw in this video, different people, is they're kind, but it's something they've done their whole life. And in that one moment, the spotlight is on them. And if you read through the comments, like 98% of them are about them and not about me. So there's so many heroes all over this country.
I was going to, there's a lot of people that fake humility or, I'm doing this for... one of the reasons I wanted to have you on the show is because I could sense that it was real, that this was authentic, and it wasn't just to get followers. But you have gotten an enormous following. When did you know that this purpose had taken on kind of a huge popularity? When did you realize you were, as they say, you went viral?
Yeah. Well, it was really wild because I was going around the country giving away my own money and helping people out, and eventually I'm like, dang it, there's this awesome homeless guy, I want to take him skydiving, I want to get him an apartment, all this, but I got like $800, I can't do that. And so what happened? Because
the money runs dry eventually.
I remember one day I asked my mom if she could transfer me like $20. I was at a McDonald's drive-thru just so I'd get something to eat. And after that, I started making these videos, and I said, what if I get the viewers to help out? And I didn't know if they would. So I met this homeless gentleman in Miami, Florida, and I hung out with him for the day, just did a video being best friends with a stranger. Ends up in the car, he starts breaking down in tears, and he said he was actually suicidal that day, and hanging out with him changed his perspective on life and everything. And I had no idea it was that impactful. And so I said, man, do you have a Cash App by chance? And he said he did. So I said, well, tell you what, I'm going to put your Cash App at the end of this video just to see if someone will donate. I didn't know if he'd get $10, $20. And that night I edit the video, go to bed, and I hit him up in the morning. I say, man, I got to meet you and tell you what happened. So we meet up in a parking lot. I say, you're not going to believe this. Over $25,000 was donated to you overnight. And so,
just in the overnight.
Yes. And so it's crazy because that would be awesome if it was, once a year, but the followers and the people that watch these videos are so awesome, so generous, that this happens every week. I mean, just last week there was a homeless veteran in my town of Walker, Minnesota, and I raised like $68,000 for him in like 3 days. And so it's the people watching these videos that make it happen. And people are generous. It just really unlocks generosity when they get to see the face of who it goes to. You know?
And I think it's a chain reaction. When people see you do good, they have a feeling of the video, and then they want to go out and do their own rant.
Yeah.
Are you finding that with your followers?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I get messages all the time. My son, he's been saving money in his piggy bank, and we're going to give it away all tomorrow, you know, and just stuff like that, which is so awesome to implement in kids' lives early on. And generosity is such a key factor to anyone's life. One of my followers, he donates like $5 every couple days, and he says, you can't go broke by giving, and it's such a true statement.
This woman right here, we've seen this at Subway. I mean, just, we're going to talk about her coming up after the break. But let me just, before we go though, I want to, you're humble, so let me brag on you. Here's the numbers behind this angel on earth here. 12 million followers on TikTok, 2 million on Instagram, and over 3 on YouTube. And you're using it for good. More with Jimmy when we come back after this. I love it. And we're back. I joke all the time that influencers usually drive me crazy, but he's a social influencer that I adore. Jimmy Darts. Earlier this month, Jimmy shocked a Minnesota woman with one of his good deeds. Look at this.
Retire early. You guys. 24 hours earlier, I met Carrie, the sweetest grandma ever, who was working at Subway 6 days a week, and decided to bless her with a tip.
There's $500 in there for you.
No way.
Yeah, you're amazing.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Bless you.
God bless you.
You're amazing.
Oh, thank you. Still working. I got grandbabies to take care of.
Really?
And with all of your amazing help, I was able to go back the next day and give her a life-changing surprise.
I've been crying all night long.
No way.
You have me so happy. Congratulations, Carrie. You're going to the Twins game today, and there's a big surprise there waiting for you. Come on, you guys. I don't know how much more I can do.
Well, the surprise is that she threw out the first pitch for the Twins. Yeah, Jimmy's fans helped raise, look at this, atta girl. Jimmy's fans helped raise $20,000 to help her retire early. This video alone has been viewed nearly 11 million times. That's great. More with Jimmy. How do you just we were talking about location and stuff. Jimmy, do you just stumble upon people, or you sometimes someone will drop you a DM and like this how do you find these people?
Yeah, it's just completely random. So I just go around the country and I go into different towns and stores. For this particular video, I was actually in a Walmart for about 3 hours just trying to find that twinkle in someone's eye, just see who it could be, you know. And I talked to a lot of people and didn't find anyone there to do a kindness challenge with. And as I was leaving, I said, I'm gonna try to get a sandwich at Subway. And her customer service was so incredible. I was like, this lady's unbelievable. So I give her $1 tip, and she's just over the moon. And I'm like, oh my goodness, if she's thankful for $1, I can't imagine what $500 will do. So then that's what happened. And then, yeah, the GoFundMe has still been up, and now it's over like $48,000. And so it's just been amazing.
I don't have a story quite like that, but I'm so glad that you're spreading the word of just the small act, whether it's $1 or, because I think people underestimate the power of that. I have 2 friends, I've told this story before, where I met them on a vacation, and they were they worked at a restaurant, and all we did was say, how's your day going? You know, they were very busy. They worked at a very busy establishment, and we said, how was your day? And we came back and went back to them. They worked at a bar, and we got another beverage from the same people. And the one friend went, those are the nice boys. Right. And I looked at them and I said, why did you remember us? And she said, we remembered you because nobody asks how our day is. It's very transactional.
Yeah.
So from that moment, Jimmy, I always try to, if I'm at a cashier, I always try to engage with the person.
Yes.
Because you never know if they could be having a bad day.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, act of kindness doesn't have to be money. Like, it can be so many different things. I remember, I was on the New York subway a few years ago, dressed like Elf, wearing the Elf costume. and I said, how's everybody doing? And it was just crickets. And there's like 300 people packed in this train, and it sounds like I'm alone in there. And I said, all right, well, what can we do to break the ice? And so we all started singing Christmas songs, and the whole train joined, So you can really have fun wherever you go.
Jimmy, I'm just picturing you dressed as Elf on the subway, and you just ask how everyone is, and nobody says a word. Yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah, it was...
but pushing through that moment.
But when you get out on the highway, even the people in the crowd, let somebody merge, just do something like that, and it'll make someone's day.
Yes. Are you shocked, or are you not shocked because of just the overall kindness that we really do innately have? Are you shocked at how this has spread? I mean, I read the numbers on purpose.
Yeah, I think it's in our original design, to love people and to just love, and things get perverted and things happen through life, and we get a bias towards certain things and angry at people and all these things happen. But I think we were born to love, and we get taught not to. And so I think it's in everyone, and that inner child kind of wakes up when there's something everyone can rally behind.
And those negative things sometimes are the loudest and they get the most attention.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm glad you're out there to kind of counter that. And that's why we're very happy that you're on the show. Thank you so much. Jimmy Darts, everybody. Follow Jimmy on social media. Donated to his cause right there, jimmydarts.com. We'll be back with Leslie Miller, the Wine Diva, right after this. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate this so much. Thank you. Welcome back to the show. Some of you may be heading out to wine country sometime this summer or fall or in the next year or so. It's a popular trip for folks, for friends, for lovers. And believe it or not, there's some, I don't know why I said that, but anyway, but there's some etiquette that you should follow when you do so to make sure you have a good trip. Here with all the do's and don'ts of wine country, the Wine Diva, Leslie Miller. Hello, love.
Hello.
I love it. First time at the desk.
First time in the chair up here,
the little Ed McMahon chair. Okay, I want all of this information to get out there, so let's go through it.
Yeah.
First, advice number one, set appointments.
Yes, very important to at least a month ahead of time. Go ahead and call those wineries. Make sure that you set those appointments. Make sure also that you're not setting too many appointments, because this is a big mistake in wine country.
I've made that mistake. Yeah. Because you end up having, inevitably, do you not agree, one winery you will fall in love with and you'll stay there longer than you think you will.
Yes. And 2 tours a day is really max, because you want to stay there, you want to soak it up. And so I say 2 tours a day, or maybe 3 winery appointments a day just for tasting.
And within that, never be late. Do not be late. This is not the time to be late.
No. Get yourself a driver. Make sure that they're getting you there on time. If you are driving, it's very important to have your own designated driver, but you have to be on time.
Yes. Next one, plan route from region to region, because we covered overbooking, but region to region.
This is another big one where a lot of people think that a great example, that Napa and Sonoma are close to each other.
Nope.
And they are not.
No.
They are over the mountains, so people think that they're going to book something in the morning in Napa, and then they're supposed to go to Sonoma just an hour later. So you want to make sure that you take a look at the map, how long is it going to take you to get there, and also centrally locate where you're going to taste.
What to wear, the eternal question.
Yeah, what to wear. A lot of times people come all dressed up. They want to get those Instagrammable moments, obviously, when they're at the wineries. People wear heels or they wear sundresses. And you have to remember that if you're heading into a winery tour, that it's going to be a little bit chilly, so you want to bring a wrap with you, but also to make sure that you have sandals or something that has a flat surface to it, your shoe.
Because you could be walking outside in a vineyard and falling into the dirt.
Exactly.
Yeah, with you have heels on.
Yep.
Yeah, and no lotions or potions.
That's right. I say no lotions, potions, or if you're a smoker, just make sure that you're not going in with you don't want your scent to come off in the tasting room.
That's a good piece of advice.
Yes,
not slamming smokers. It's
no.
that's
You want to make sure that you don't take up the scent in the tasting room.
And I know you wanted to spend a lot of time on this one, so I kind of raced through the other ones.
Yeah.
Next lesson, how to act. How to act.
How to act. Well, I do this for a living, so every night, I'm with consumers and I'm teaching and talking about wine, and I always encourage people to be very vocal. Ask a lot of questions. Where did you start? How did this, project start? How about the wine? Try not to be that guy in the room and be snooty booty.
Okay, you have two. This is great. Leslie on my card here. There's two, don't be that guy.
Yeah.
Leslie has, don't be the fill me up guy, and then don't be snooty patootie guy.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't overindulge. Learn how to spit. This is important. You
now,
don't have to
people are thinking,
drink.
oh no, Leslie,
Yeah.
but it isn't right.
It is very important that you do not drink everything. You will be a complete mess by dinner.
By dinner?
By lunch.
I mean, by lunch. By lunch.
Yeah, you want to make sure that you're spitting, and there is an etiquette to spitting. You want to make sure that you're not hogging, the spit bucket. Honestly, there's a thing about it, and you want to make sure that you're being kind and polite, and you're not saying, oh, this is the expensive one, fill me up, doing things like that.
And good news for this audience, right after the show, Leslie's going to teach them how to spit. That's right, yeah.
I've won spitting contests, wine spitting contests. I have. How to spit the farthest distance. Yes, I've won quite a few of these, by the way. We'll do that one segment.
We'll do that one segment. We'll do that, yeah. I think we did that at Ted's goodbye party last week. Yeah. Okay. Let's do we covered all the things.
Mm-hmm.
A couple regions outside of California that you wanted to talk, because when we think of wine country, obviously Sonoma and Napa. But
yes, well, my number one is always the Willamette Valley. I lived there and worked there for years in Oregon. It's 35 miles just southwest of Portland. Fly into Portland, get yourself right out to the Willamette. It's an unbelievable place to eat, also stay. The views are unbelievable, and the wineries are just, there's so many wineries
I'm
there.
sure our Seattle friends
Yes.
have been there.
Yes.
New York State?
New York State. This is where I am actually heading with my team next week. And so I'll be able to come back and give a whole report on the Finger Lakes region of New York State.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a good wine area?
It's a great wine area, and I'm so excited about it. This is where a lot of the Germans settled over and grew really beautiful German grapes, Alsatian grapes, dry Rieslings, things like that.
New Mexico?
New Mexico. I have to tell you, New Mexico has an unbelievable wine trail.
That shocks me.
Yeah, really,
knew?
really fun wines down there, and a great wine trail.
And one more in California, not wine, Santa Barbara County.
Yeah, people overlook the Central Coast all the time, and I tell people, get yourself down to Santa Barbara. Again, amazing food, awesome wineries, and very cool places to stay, including spas.
The 2022 spitting champion, Leslie Miller, everyone. For more information, go to amusewine.com or visit her wine shop. Please don't spit in there in the North Loop of Minneapolis. Sip Better is the store. We'll be right back. Back in a moment. Welcome back. Thank you for being here.
Struggle's real right now.
I love you. How's that baby right now?
It's great.
Okay.
So fun.
Let's get to know our first JVIP of the week. Today we have two. First, Cindy Sprider from St. Paul. She loves all the news and chat that we have on the show and loves when Stephanie Hansen and Chef John Sigamora. I know he's become very popular. Next up is Sarah Montgomery from Egan. Sarah loves our lightheartedness. She says the show always makes her laugh and smile. She was once a virtual audience member on the show during the pandemic from her tiki lounge in Egan.
I remember that.
You know what? I'm horrible with names. I do remember her, actually.
Yeah.
Cindy and Sarah are going to get a Jason Show mug. They're entered to win the monthly grand prize as well. That includes being a VIP guest in our audience, a $150 gift card to Becker Furniture World, and a $150 gift card to the Institute of Advanced Aesthetics. What's in our surprise goodbye? You'll find out when we come back. Back in a moment. Before we go, we have to identify the loony ladies of Lobster Lake over here. They're with us right there. Now, she's also a member, but she doesn't get a t-shirt yet. Yeah, they both are, yeah. No t-shirts yet. Hey, tomorrow, it's the day we've been waiting. I mean, the day we've been dreading. Producer Ted's final show. We're going to look back at some of his most funny moments and a surprise or two. That's tomorrow. But right now, that's going to do it for us. Go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good day.